Let's go, guys. Need a victory.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any scouts preacher.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 79 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw here. Got the connection here to Bourne. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I hope we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Out right to Bourne. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. This one to Bourne, and he's got it.
Come on, guys.
He's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed it went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one big...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick here is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception. Bug. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again here with Akers. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And they needed to be because our offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you have to outplay their defense as well. And that's what they did in their last game.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby Okereke. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wonder just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I think the same quarter. I think
it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
After 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the counter, this is Akers. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And now off to the races down the right side.
Bullshit.
And he will bring it.
You're looking right at him, dummy.
Interception return for a Colts TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception,
Come on, guys.
navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you...
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. Then he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. The 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Taylor trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
Here's Taylor again, and I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
You guys just run right past us. Come on,
The
guys.
offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. A give running right is Akers. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Hey, nowhere near the guy. Come on.
And the
This
Colts
is
are going to take
bullshit.
possession of the football. Well,
This guy is
one
cheating
heck of
his
an
ass
individual
off.
performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a quarterback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
On the counter, it's Taylor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
23 yards on the play.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Come on, guys.
Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's Allen on 1st and 10 to Chenault on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Fullback, Allah.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage.
What kind of shit is that?
On the final play of the half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA
Come on,
Sports
guys. You gave me a
halftime
touchdown.
report.
Cheating me like that.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We begin up in Nashville, an interconference battle between the New York Giants and Tennessee. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Hollywood Marquise Brown, up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Tyler Boyd, over 200 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. To about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Allen off the play fake. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Throwing is Allen on third. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And a penalty flag
interference,
comes in
guys.
as that one
Good
winds
job.
up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
If this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen, here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Akers. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1 yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
A try here for the extra point. And it's 17-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Come on, guys. I need some cheat.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to first and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, Pete. It's gonna be a long day.
Looking to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Come on, guys.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Taylor. Pushes by another.
Oh, come on, some
Fight his
bullshit,
way
man.
into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, It started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On play action, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Connection made with Chenault. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down with Akers. 115 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself, how much of that is him with a great performance, and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They go play action here on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got
Come on, guys. That is some
bullshit. Down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Come on, guys.
They're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
God damn it, just stay where you was at. Well, yeah.
They're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this
You had it, just stay right there.
The fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Took him off of him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come up and put a hit on him, do they?
2 yards, good enough for a first. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And the Colts are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown.
Guys, what was that?
A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Out of his end zone, here comes Jalen Reagor. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Shaquille.
Hold on to the ball.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To the air, Allen. Will air this one out for Kirk. And now here's another interception. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he fires one, but incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are gonna get the football in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On the handoff, this is Taylor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you?